Good morning, y'all. I had every intention of walking out here doing the video, and for some reason I just got completely sidetracked of taking care of dahlias, cutting them back, and forgot to do the video, so I'm going to start it now. I've already done some work cutting back, but it's very hot the last few weeks. The dahlias are still hanging on. They're green. See, you can see that they're green, but I just don't have the blooms this year that I would like to have. And I got a newsletter yesterday from Melissa Smith at Fralick Farms, and she said, "Are your dahlias struggling?" And it's like, oh. And then she gave some pointers about cutting them back and remembering that the fall is when, if we water them, we keep them going, that the fall is when they really are showstoppers. So I'm out here this morning cutting back and once again being hopeful, knowing that fall will come and we'll have beautiful flowers then. So I'm going to show you what's going on. These are this one right here, that's Linda's baby. I just picked one off of it this morning. And right here, some of these are struggling. I don't know what the problem is. Maybe it's just the heat. That's Cafe LA, and it is not liking all this heat. And hopefully it'll perk back up. I do have Cafe LA in a couple more places in the garden, and they're blooming. So hopefully that one will. That I've just been staking and cutting off, trimming back. They're too full, and so I'm trying to let them get air. And you see how I've taken the leaves off, and most of them I've been pretty diligent about pinching, cutting back, and so they won't have those huge, well, see, these are really, really big stems. And if you pinch them, then the stems won't be quite as big, and you'll have more length when you pick the flowers. So this is what's going on. And I guess that it's just proof that you can absolutely grow dahlias in the South, because we have had, I don't even know how many consecutive days of 90-degree temperatures and close to 100. Very, very hot, lots of dry, but now it's started raining. So we've had rain in the afternoons, pretty good. And here's a really pretty one. I think that's Miss Amara. Very pretty. And this is one of my absolute favorites. I think it's about one of the first that I grew. This is Otto's Thrill. Isn't it beautiful? That right there needs to be a picture. So I'll take one when I'm done with the video. So I'm patiently waiting for the blooms. Oh, there's one hiding down there. Let's see what this is. There's one. What are you? That is, I think, Pinhill watermelon. And it's just a struggle this year. I'm going to cut that and cut it back, because see that long stem? That's just bad. I don't like that. But I thought this one had died. I see that it hasn't. It's bloomed. And I need to do some work here. You can tell the path is grown up with Sweet Annie that came up from seed. And I am going to take the Sweet Annie, put it on the back fence back there, because I have beans, and deer don't like the smell of Sweet Annie. So I'm going to hang, that's why I let it grow, so that I can hang that on the fence back there. Hopefully it will keep the deer away. I haven't seen a lot of deer activity this year, and that's a really good thing. So there's zinnias. Then I have amaranth growing there. I have okra is still. We have peppers. The tomatoes are coming along. This is more okra right there. A rosemary that I was going to turn into like a topiary, but You know, that takes a lot of work, and so, well, I don't always do the trimming. And this is pretty much the cleome bed with, these are my seedlings, and so the cleome needs to be trimmed back. This is lemon verbena. There's a patchouli back there. Nasturtiums are still growing. The tomatoes are pretty much, well, they won't be there much longer. This is Creole, which I wanted to grow that so bad, and it's done well out here. Most of the bed has gotten wilt, and we've had to pull it out, but as you can see, there's tomatoes. Still tomatoes coming on. And we have, this is pineapple sage. It's not blooming yet, but I see buds, and the hummingbirds love it. So this whole corner back here, I think there are 4, maybe 5 pineapple sage, and the further we get closer to fall, they'll start blooming, and then it'll be a beautiful little corner there. So this is the basil, beans back there, that's black beans, and then we have cannellini beans right here, peppers, and once again the zinnias. And then we have Teeny. She's very curious. She knows that I put beans in that basket a lot of times, and she if I leave it on the kitchen floor, she will empty it out during the afternoon, and when I go back and look for it, she's had a snack all day long. So this is shishito peppers. If you've never grown them, that's an awesome little pepper to grow. We had those for supper last night, and I told Brian, I don't know why I don't cook these more often, because they are really, really good. So this is globe amaranth right here, one of my favorite flowers. And that's about it for out here. We got heat and mosquitoes and sweat and flowers and tomatoes. So there are mosquitoes lighting on the phone. There's so many out here. They're lighting on this as I do the video. So anyway, I guess I'm going to wind this up, and I'm going to go inside where there are no mosquitoes. So this is Mona from Winterpast.